The death toll continues to rise in Washington state as rescue workers look for survivors of a massive landslide. Good evening. Thanks for watching News Channel 9 at 5. I'm Calvin Sneed.
And I'm Latricia Thomas. Search crews have located 25 bodies in the debris field, but have only managed to recover 16 of them so far. Now Washington state officials are examining whether their risk assessment for landslides is adequate.
For more on how that landslide happened and how it relates to areas in the Tennessee mountains, here's News Channel 9's Drew Balea.
The U.S. Geological Survey says that landslides happen in nearly every state. But right here in southeast Tennessee, there are some areas that are more prone to slides than others. It can happen fast.
There's like a landslide and everything's gone.
In Oso and Darrington, Washington, dozens of lives buried.
These vehicles are like twisted and tore up into like pieces.
The tremendous loss of life in Washington is unusual. Rock slides only account for about 25 deaths a year. Now locally, the risks are still real. Much of eastern Tennessee's state line down into Polk County is considered to be in a high risk of landslides. Now in western Hamilton County and into Marion County, the threat is moderate.
There need to be steep slopes around. Those slopes need to be unstable or relatively unstable, and there needs to be something that triggers that movement.
Dr. Amy Brock-Hahn with the UTC Geology Department says those factors were in play when the land gave out above Highway 64 in Polk County, both in 2009 and just last year.
When it rains heavily, the water can get in between the spaces between the grains and force the material apart.
Another slide happened when a section of the W Road gave out last May.
It has never crossed my mind. I've enjoyed walking up and down the ridge occasionally, but I've never thought about a mudslide or a rock slide.
Coy Ellis says he'll likely pay more attention to the terrain around his property.
The fact that it seemed to happen just instantaneously without any warning really is an eye-opener.
Dr. Brock-Hahn says everyone living in a risk area should be aware of any rock movement or creep.
If you see leaning power lines or fence posts, that tells you that maybe creep is occurring.
Now, as for that deadly landslide in Washington, the Southeast Tennessee American Red Cross has sent one volunteer to help those involved. In Chattanooga, Drew Balea, News Channel 9.
Josh Weaver is the local man who left this morning to help those affected by the slide in Washington state. Weaver will be helping with health services while there, specifically medical needs as well as mental health needs as well. He's part of the relief effort to give those a break who've been on site since this weekend.
It's just great to actually see, individuals from our community give of their time to go help our friends and neighbors halfway across the country, and especially in their time of need, because we know when we had the tornadoes multiple years ago that the community did the exact same thing for us.
Weaver will be helping in Washington state for at least 10 days, and he could be there up to 3 weeks.